Okay, you want to hear about my bad celebrity
Yes, yes,
interaction?
bad celebrity
I
encounter.
want
Yes.
John here for this if he wants, because I think he'll know this
Okay.
person.
He wants your color commentary on this. Can you just come out when you're done in the bathroom?
Okay, so I'm not gonna say who this person is
Oh, well then what is the point?
because I'm gonna tell you, but I'm not gonna put it on.
Okay, fine.
So you're gonna know who this person is because I don't want him to even get any fucking fuck this guy.
Attention.
Yeah,
Sure.
screw this. So you've seen a movie about now that you know.
Yeah.
So
John, come here.
this movie was one of my favorite movies growing up,
Uh-huh.
right? And it still is. It's probably top five. Now I don't know because now I just have a different viewpoint. So like, okay. So this guy like got into some legal trouble and he made a bit of a comeback where he's starting to make the rounds on podcasts. And I'm like, I've thought about messaging him for weeks, months. I just never got around to it, right? So I'm
Sure.
like, you know what? I have a little downtime. Let me message him. So I say, this is wild, Ellie. I have a feeling like you're gonna be like if this was you, you may have not handled this as
Probably
well.
not. Probably wouldn't have.
So, especially since you still hate WAG and whatnot. I said, good morning, his name.
Right.
Hope all is well. We do a podcast here in New Jersey where we conduct Zoom interview. Your usual spiel, where I
Right.
say,
Yeah.
would you ever be willing to come on and discuss your career? Please let me know. He gets back to me within like 20 minutes. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, cool.
that's promising.
Hey, what's going on? How are you? I hope all is well. So, do you have a budget for this podcast? That's fine. That's fine. I'm not mad at this point. I understand time is money. I get it. I'm not stupid. I understand he's a D-list,
The guy.
C-list, whatever. But put it this way: I've had more famous people on than him. I'll just say that
Yeah.
who've done it nicely for free.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
By
I
the way,
said,
public please.
And let him finish.
I said, hey there, hard to believe, but no. We've had all our guests on out of pure hustle and the goodness of their hearts. But I understand time is money, so if that's a deal breaker, I completely get it. No hard feelings. That's fair, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's completely fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
his response, Ellie.
Then he gets mad.
Well, I have my own podcast and we pay all of our guests. I would never ask someone for their time where I'm going to benefit from it and not them. I think it's straight up rude to ask someone to do something like this without doing anything for them. How,
That's when you send back two words. You know what those words are?
yeah, so I'm in the
Bye,
hole here.
bye.
No,
I
you should have
couldn't,
sent him his
You
fucking
send back the same word twice.
no,
Bye, bye.
I
no,
couldn't
you should have
believe.
sent him back his inmate number at Rikers fucking Island. Been like, really? That's a is this the fucking is this the institutionalized version of you talking?
Because
I can't,
honestly, all
at
those
this
big
point, like, I
podcasts,
can't,
they don't pay people. Like,
but even
you
if,
on Tim Dillon's podcast, he's not paying you. If you go on Theo Vaughn's podcast, he's not paying you. Schultz not paying you. They're not paying you. It's exposure.
but
People
I
understand
get
the
where
value of exposure.
but I still get where he's coming from in the sense like he is an actor and I'm technically like a nobody, which
Is
is
he an
fine.
actor?
Which is fine. Like all he had to say was, "Nah, I'm good." I mean, right? Like, and then that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he didn't have to make it a whole fucking holier than thou, fucking social justice warrior bullshit.
So then
Again,
I
he
said,
should have responded with his inmate number and been like, is this the institutionalized version of you talking? Can I trade you? How about I trade you some fucking ramen?
so here's where I continue with this. This goes on for like a day. And I go, that's a wild response, man. Like, we're just people with a dream, 9 to 5 jobs. I said, you could have just declined. I guess
Yeah,
never meet your heroes. Holy hell, have a nice day. Right?
yeah.
Like, that's it. So he goes, I understand that and I respect it. It still doesn't mean it's okay to disrespect people or their time you're taking this the wrong way. But at the end of the day, I could care less. Have a nice day as well.
It's first of all, it's I couldn't care less because by saying I could means that you do care.
So I get back to him. I go, so wait, I shouldn't shoot my shot ever because I have no money. Don't try. I'm sorry, I won't operate like that. I'd rather get turned down 500 times than never at least try. Your movie is one of my favorite films ever, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Sorry you feel disrespected, not my intention. You could have just not responded or said no thank you.
Yeah.
Here we go. He gets back to me.
Shut up.
Yeah, but doing that is disrespectful. I'm not going to be disrespectful.
It's not fucking disrespectful. You
He
fucking
goes-
moron.
You literally acknowledged his
Now I'm
work.
getting fucking angry.
It gets worse, John. He goes, I'm not going to be disrespected and just sit here. That's not what real men do.
Fucking you fucking tiny dick bitch.
Okay.
You're asking me for my time and for you to benefit, and I don't get anything from that. You're totally thinking about this the wrong way, and you're 100% wrong. So then I text my friends, I send them this. So I had about 15 to 20 people message him to go on the TruExact show. So
And hey, I gotta say, your responses were not full of like
pompous assholery.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, I'm
I
just
was
a
shocked.
nice human just trying to
Well, yeah,
explain
so
myself.
I get if you actually were
You
being a
weren't
disrespectful
disrespectful. You
asshole.
were actually really like
You're-
just
You-
honest.
your
You were
response-
being an honest human.
Your
So
response
then-
is, I understand time is money. I get that. Not a problem. You totally acknowledge that
And
fact.
you if this is an inconvenience and I don't have the money,
Don't respond.
bye-bye.
So then
That's
he
all
goes, I have like 6 different people message me, tell me to do your show. Is this what you do? Harass people that don't want to be on your show? I've never seen anything like this. Then I kind of felt bad. I was like, yeah, that's kind of a jerk move. But then he said, we paid, I'm not going to say the rapper's name. We paid so-and-so to come on our show. We paid him $10,000 for 45 minutes. In my brain, I'm like, well, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I go, so in my head, I'm like, you pay your guests and I don't pay mine. Who's really winning? Like, who's
Yeah.
doing this the wrong way? Like, so anyway, I go, I'll leave it at this, man. I don't mean any disrespect, but this is the only reply I've ever gotten like this.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, maybe more people should stick up for themselves. So now he's basically bashing every guest who's ever agreed to come on the show.
On any show without pay. On any show without pay.
Yeah, that includes my show. We don't pay any of the
No. I mean,
scientists
it's
that
not
come
like
on.
Joe Rogan doesn't pay his guests.
Well, if you pay your guests, that means they don't want to do your show.
Yeah.
Like, they're not doing it for you. Like, they're doing
Granted, obviously his is so big where like it's a blessing just to
Right.
get on it. But yeah.
So then he said, time is money, bro. So then I go, or they're just nice people and understand a simple no thanks goes a long way. I go, all good, man. I go, I have a job. I do this for free. I'll never get mad at people for not coming on. So then he gets back to me again. Well, that's where you go wrong because you're doing it for free. You can't expect others to do it for free, which I never did. I go, he goes, it is their time. You could talk all that nice stuff for that, but that's words.
But I never asked you to do it for free and said if it's an inconvenience, you could say no, you fucking idiot.
He said your actions are disrespectful. Then he goes, you could put this on TMZ wherever you want. I could care less. I'm not that kid from the movie anymore. I'm a grown man. No need to go back and forth. So
But
then
he
I
was
said,
the kid
I
from the
don't
movie.
expect anything. But I'll always ask people if I have an interest in having them on. I've had 100 guests on and they haven't charged me. So all 100 of them are in the wrong, I guess. Like I said, I have no issue with guests anticipating a paycheck. And I even stated no hard feelings from the jump. I'm not going to post this anywhere or send it to anyone or post it anywhere. That's lame shit. And I never want to make a name off the backs of being a slime trying to get clicks on TMZ. You have your views. I don't agree with them, but I would never be a piece of shit and send this to an outlet. Have a good day. Then he liked it and then commented back and goes, yeah, but you want me on your show to exploit my past and everything I went through for your benefit. And then he goes, for your game, but you're not going to give me anything for that. Cut it out, bro. Stop over explaining. You're 100% wrong and you're disrespectful. So then I go, this is the last thing I said. I said,
Have
listen.
you ever heard the word diluted before?
Why? Yeah, this is why, right? Like, so then I go, listen, man, my intent was never to exploit you. I'd actually legit even just have a conversation with you unrecorded because I liked the movie. For me, it's not about views or likes. I never exploit someone while they have their tribulations. People who know me would 100% vouch for me on that. That's not who I am. I don't like this negativity. I've had time to read and simmer down. I guess I can understand how you took it the wrong way, but I did not mean it that way. I said maybe one day our paths will cross and we could laugh about this when we drink coffee together. And that was it. Like, now, I didn't do anything wrong there, right?
No, he's actually in something's wrong with him.
You know what? You know what? You get a golf clap for that.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's the two fingers. The golf clap.
Okay.
That is wild, right?
No, something is very wrong. Something is
That's
very
why I
wrong
didn't
with
get
him.
that. I turned in.
It's a deluded, self-obsessed narcissist is what that is. Where like, if I'm not interested, I need to tell you how you're wrong and
Right.
you pay me. Instead of just being honest and saying like, hey,
I want money to do
I need
this,
to
or I'm
make
not
money.
doing it.
I'm not in the mood, or
I'm sorry, I just don't have time right now. Like, somebody just say, I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, even that is it. You could just be honest and say like, I don't do podcasts unless I get paid because I need a paycheck.
Dude, Necro turned us down and was honest about it, and I respected it. Necro legit, like, some like underground rapper, right? So he like he 100% like when we just started. He goes, quite honestly, I don't think it would benefit me. You don't have enough subscribers, and I only do shows where I think it would benefit me. And I was like, all right.
You only have so many hours in the day to dedicate to your craft.
Rude, but fine. Rude, but fair.
I respect that, but he didn't say, but Necro, he didn't sit there and tell me like you're wrong for even. How dare you?
Yeah, that's true.
How dare you even ask to talk to me?
And then I wanted to say, in this interaction that's taking your time up, we could have just did a podcast.
Right, I was about to say, like, all this back and forth.
That, and you could also be like, you're the kind of guy that charges for signatures, right?
Yeah, well, and dude,
like,
that was a weird.
You could have.
I wonder if he
could have eviscerated him.
Stop.
With
Hold
his
on.
perspective.
Hold on. I wonder if he actually wants you to like leak this to TMZ or whomever, right? To give him more traction, because regardless, clicks and views equal money, whether it's good or bad. Engagement is money. So I'm wondering, because he conveniently dropped, "Ooh, I don't care if you leak this to TMZ
that's weird.
or whatever." That's weird.
I never thought about that, Ellie.
No, he wants you to leak it to TMZ when, in fact, like I said, clicks and views on his website or even his Google search, you know, he starts getting pushed to the top. That's engagement that he wants.
That's a good point. Because TMZ would actually be good for him.
Yeah,
it would.
Because you know how many people are going to be like, "Oh, that guy looks familiar. What have I seen him in? Oh yeah, this movie."
Let's go back to the beginning of this conversation when Elle goes, "Who is that?"
Yeah, true. That's a fair point.
I was trying to be an asshole about who is that.
I would compare it to this. I will not say the movie. I will not say his name because I do not want to get clicks off of people who are a fan of this movie.
To throw a little shade, like if most people don't know who he is,
but most people know the movie.
You can't be asking people to pay for you to be on their show when nobody knows who you are.
Here's the point, though, John. Like, if I labeled this episode the movie, it would get a lot of views. Like, this is a very popular movie. Very, like, it is. So,
yeah,
like,
it's a really good rating.
I don't want to even say the name, and because
don't talk to her about movies. She doesn't. I just made her watch The Godfather Part 1, and she hasn't even finished Part 2. 4 weeks ago.
Jesus.
For the first time, mind you.
I won't even label it as that. Like,
oh, I wouldn't. No, because honestly, I think he wants you to send this to post this crazy shit
I don't know
online.
about that, but it is a good theory. It is a good theory.
That's not a bad theory, and I never thought that. And you know what sucks now? Like, I'm thinking, like, man, I loved this movie growing up, and like now, like I'll watch it and be like, "Fuck this."
Now he soiled it for you because he's actually kind of a selfish dick.
Yeah, like, and you know, whatever. Hey,
let's go back to the old saying though, right?
You got to tell me there's a lot of old sayings. You know?
Oh well, like about this on this topic, never meet your heroes.
Bro, R.L. Stein turned me down twice, and he was nice about it.
Who?
The guy who wrote Goosebumps.
Oh, Goosebumps, yeah.
He was just like, nope, can't do it.
Oh, R.L. Stein, everybody knows who that guy is.
But he was like, nope, can't do it. And I was like, all right, like that's fair.
All right, cool. Hey.
Yeah, that's fine. You can't do it.
Without berating me in the process. Thanks, buddy.
How would you, I'll say this, because like, I'll say, this would be the equivalent, I'm not going to say who he is, not going to say the movie, this would be the equivalent of like, I'll say this, like, the third baseman, okay, Smalls from The Sandlot doing this. That would be the equivalent. Right?
Yeah.
or someone who,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Smalls from the sand. No shade.
But hey,
to
I
him.
have met
No shade
Squints.
to him.
I have met
Scream in
Squints
my ear.
a few times.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Yeah. Well, you should be because like you're known for a role and like just own up to it. And anyway,
He's my age,
Yeah.
and like we were at a trade show.
Yeah.
We work in the same industry, and yeah, I had to tell him. I was like, dude, that movie like changed my life. He's like, okay, I know. I hear. I'm like, for real though. And
Yeah.
but he likes the shit I sell. So like we actually kind of respected each other. He was super cool.
So you met your hero and it was good.
Yeah. That smile when he made when he got to kiss Wendy Peppercorn. Come on now.
All right. Well, that's my awkward interaction. So Ellie, how would you have handled it? Like
I
what
would
would
have
you
me I like I s-
You would have gone scorched earth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I would have sent him his mugshot. I would have referred to him by his inmate number. I would have pulled up his fucking address.
She would have probably found every prominent person in that movie genre on Twitter and blasted the conversation on Twitter just to like, what a piece.
So this would have been on TMZ if
No,
this
I
had
don't know if
been-
I'd leak it to teams because once he made that kind of a stupid comment, then I'd be like, oh, you want attention. But again, like I said, I would have probably
Let's put this in perspective. When Qantas Airlines wouldn't like refund us some money
No, it's not
for something. All right, hold on. Let's just put it in perspective. Refund us some money for like a pretty trivial
Well,
thing.
it's a refund.
She was tweeting at the CEO of
I
Qantas
emailed the CEO.
nonstop.
And